right.
Get out of there. Okay, so yeah, we've got a full show today with lots of content to cover, but start off with we'll start off with some video stuff.
I want to introduce myself. My name's JHaller, and welcome to the wilderness of Post My Video, where anything can kill you in any second. I have no excuse for that terrible. I really don't.
Jay, are you high? I swear.
I am high on.
Things high, man.
I'm high on Man vs. Wild.
You're high on life, as it is.
I have to drink the PMV fluids from the snake. That's how I survive on the internet. Don't you know?
You continually disappoint me with your survivor
I
skills.
know.
Every time we're at a con, you're just like, I can't. I just can't, guys. I need to go to the hotel and take a nap. And I'm like, we only walked the block, man.
I'm tired.
Yes. I had too much Fireball today.
Oh, Fireball. It's AKA just Dr. Pepper. But no, I've been watching an LP of Man vs. Wild it's a terrible video game, and by the guys who do the two. It is really terrible, and it has nothing to do with. I just felt like explaining why I just had a terrible intro for no reason. There was a reason, actually. It's made those.
Rocky, those sweats and people. Look at the fedora on that.
Right here, how are we going to survive in the convention wilderness? You have to blend in.
I'm gonna wrestle it. I'm gonna wrestle it to the ground.
First yourself, you gotta appear to be just like them, so mount the fedora, take that Axe body spray, put it in the garbage, you're not going to need that.
Hair in a ponytail, trench coat adorned, let's go. Okay, anyways.
Oh, God.
We have some content for you all today.
No, we have news. We have news first, actually. Yeah. We have to tell them the news. And, sure. We actually do have two things of news.
Then you gotta do it in your news announcer voice, which is like, no.
I don't have a news announcer voice, so I can do it like, tonight. Oh, I can't do that, no.
No, you have to say it in this certain way. That's like, now we have this content. Now, the escaped murderers, we don't know where they've gone, but we do have some leads.
This is your news anchor, JHaller, with the most interesting voice in the world. Let me tell you all about the interesting news. First off, let's just go. Alright, so first thing, obviously, with the website everfree.net, we have started up a new section for it. We've done some music posting on the site, and now we've opened up a PMV posting section where we're going to be posting videos of people, animations, PMVs, parodies, YT PMVs, ponies in real life where people kind of cut the ponies out and put them into real footage. We just basically don't hold back on the types of videos. So we're posting them up on the website. It's a new thing we're doing. And just hope to get more exposure for people who make the videos. So check that out. There's a PMV section on the website itself under the community tab. And
yeah, and feel free to I don't know, Jay, if you can get it ready, but the email. We have an email you can send us content.
I forgot the email. No, it's everfree. It's everfreepmv.gmail.com or .gmail.org.net. It's, you know what I mean.
.linkedin.friendspace.
I'll link it to them.
Okay.
There you go. If you want to send in your stuff, there, I put it in their chat. We'll put it a link in the. Whatever. We're terrible promoters of our own product. I'm learning here. But no, you send us an email, or we also try to follow the community, and we're trying to post stuff up as it comes out. Try to make things a little easier for people to get their content shown. And so that's news number one. Now, news number two. Do you know what the news number two is?
News number two is that we're here and still alive after all these things that have been going on in the country lately.
Well, that is true, but that's not the news number two. I give you one thing to do. You blatantly screw up.
Hey, man, today, this week has been tough for me, man. I stubbed my toe like twice. I mean, I don't know if I can take it anymore, man. I just don't know. Did you get too close to any
fertilizer explosions recently? Because your brain's scrambled. I'm just saying.
I can't hear anything, Jay. I can't hear anymore. It's just, I'm gonna have to wing it. I'm gonna have to read Braille now. That's how it works when you can't hear, right? You just have to read Braille. It's terrible. I mean,
terrible.
I can't taste. It's like I'm smell blind.
Stop.
Okay.
Okay, number 2 news that we have is that we are also going to be judging. There's a PMV contest for Bronycon with lots of prizes. Lots of prizes, mostly associated with We Love Fine and gift cards. We have a lot of stuff for We Love Fine. So basically, you send a PMV in to us, one of us, we can go to our YouTube profiles, JHaller 2 BronyVids, or My Little Visuals is also a judge. She's going to be doing that. And you can send us in the PMVs.
Here.
I should probably get you. We should probably.
I'm gonna shush.
I'm gonna shush.
Okay, if you go to pmvtoday.com,
Yeah.
it's a new site. And you guys should go there. It gets a good fair amount of traffic. It's a nice little place to go and check out some new PMVs. They showcase it. It's a little more single post than other sites. Cutie. Anyways, we have this contest at the top that says new next to it. And it gives you all of the content rules and the prizes that you can win. So you can win like a coin, you can win some paper bag and a vinyl figure if you get like first place, and then up down to fourth place you got still a $15 We Love Fine gift card. So you could buy like half a t-shirt from them.
Yep.
And
You'll still owe us a couple little bucks.
But there's some neat stuff. And by the way, just because I'm always being a nice guy, I'm gonna chip in something. I don't know what yet, but I'm gonna be throwing in something for the winners or the winner of the first place. You'll win something from me. Maybe like a pat on the back, a thumbs up.
Yeah.
From me. It's not as good as John Delancey, but I'll still give you like a thumbs up, even if you're in the bathroom, and you'll know when I give you a thumbs up.
A romantic night out with BVids. How does that sound?
Cannot guarantee. But anyways, it's got all the rules. It's got people who are involved and submission details. So head on over to PMV Today at the top. They have a little contest there, and that's going to be at
I'm going to just post the link one more time because I am saturating the chat. No.
We love to push our own stuff.
Yeah. I also should have had link ready when I started talking instead of being unprepared, but that's my nature.
Anyways, the other thing, third minor news that might be interesting to some is that EQLA is coming up in 2 weeks. So get
3 weeks.
Get ready. Get pumped. Because that thing is going to be awesome. We're going to have lots of stuff going on. But on that note, Saberspark and Paleo are going to be, premiering their first part of their documentary there, and that's going to be exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Jay are going to show up. And I think we have a panel.
And they're so regretful for letting us on this panel. Who are you? Well, it's we got all these stars on here. We got Dusty Cat. We got Saberspark. We got AC Racebus. And then we got, who are these two guys we got? JHaller and BronyVids. Who are these guys?
You know why? It's because we just don't show our faces. You know what?
Yeah, if we were more photogenic, if we weren't horribly deformed, scarred from the accident, then I'm sure people would like to see our faces more often.
Speak for yourself, man.
Oh, you got the surgery? You made yourself look pretty again? Good for you.
I'm sexy. Okay? Look at my sexy body. Anyways, I'm not British, but we're gonna continue on with some content.
We can. We're gonna be at UCLA. It's gonna be fun. If you happen to be going, just show up and we'll say hi. I don't know.
Our little song and dance is not worth watching, but please come out anyways and make us feel happy.
Yeah.
Oh, we need attention.
We're not asking donations of money. We're asking your donations of your love. That's all we ask. Mm-hmm. Okay, so content should be all set. All right, so first thing we have is a new animation from, his name is Lucifer Sam01 on YouTube. This guy has been making, he makes these combination of source filmmaker ponies. Half source filmmaker, half animation.
Action lines. He throws in the action lines and stuff like that, which makes it more cartoony.
Yep.
But anyways, we thought we'd share. So, anyways, Jay, we'll hit it off in 3, 2, 1, go. She's so drunk.
that's a fireball. It's the dance. It's like used in every one of this guy's animations, I think.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
It is. No, it's like the I trolled you dance. I got ya. How about them apples?
Mm-hmm.
Weren't so tasty now, were they?
No, I guess not. Not when they're filled with explosives. I feel like we've dealt with a lot of explosives this week. I feel like we should now just focus on...
Oh. Yeah, a little bit. The next thing is, actually our friend Blargalt, who we know from Anthology 2, he's been making these Equestria Girl videos lately. And he made a new one, and I gotta say, it starts out pretty slow, but the ending is what makes it. This ending is amazing. I don't care. I don't care if this is like, if you think you're too good for Equestria Girl style videos. It doesn't matter. This is amazing. Well, frankly, I'm gonna make you watch it. We're gonna make you watch it.
Yep. So, anyways, here we go. This is the ever popular make your own Equestria Girls cartoon using just the 2 images that have been released so far. So let's go off with that. 1, 2, 3, go.
It is time. Bonding exercise.
By Disney's kneecaps. The app-boning is happening. I have to stop it.
Nicholas Cage.
He's in every one of these.
Twilight. We have to go on an epic and extremely dangerous adventure that will probably maim our bones and mess up our guts. Wanna come with?
K. I can't believe I let you talk me into your crazy quest. You couldn't even afford more than 2 seconds of a montage.
Hey, at least Gummy got a lot stronger.
No, it doesn't matter.
I don't care. I'm going home.
Not until like a minute in does it really get good.
Well, at least I have you, Twilight.
We fight as
You fight it.
Then all of a sudden...
What the heck is this?
It's the best fight scene you'll ever see.
I feel like I'm getting a seizure.
What? What is this? It's the best thing you've ever seen. I don't care.
That apple lips.
And he told me what that Japanese means. It means like Google Translate this or something. The face. I don't care. I don't care. I have the weirdest... I don't care if people think that is strange as hell.
It is strange, but it's awesome.
It's amazing.
I approve, Jay.
I heavily approve of my own suggestion. This next one's actually pretty wacky too, because it's like a they took like a, I don't know, this parody video of Team 4-Star, I think, and they just like made a ponified version of it, of the Dragon Ball Z. It's called Pony Ball Z Kai, and it's a bit of a it's about 2 minutes long. It's a fairly somewhat long video, but it's pretty good, I'd say, all the way through.
Okay, well, we'll start it up in 3, 2, 1.
No!
This is a parody official release of Akira Toriyama! You're an alien!
I'm an alien.
Am I an alien?
Probably. Where's my brother?
I don't know.
Then you're useless to me.
Useless to me.
I have a kid.
I'm socially awkward.
He's adorable. I'm here for my brother.
Am I your brother?
Yes. I'm taking your son.
No, you're not. Ah, he took my son.
I'm here to help you.
Aren't we enemies?
Nobody watched Dragon Ball. Let's go!
Are you a Yoshi?
Hell yeah.
Nobody calls you Dragon Ball.
Give me back my son.
Uh-oh.
Gross. Piccolo, get him! And now I am the dead. Blech.
Oh no, Goku's dead!
And Apple, let's go to Earth.
I think it's okay.
Oh no, more Saiyans!
I'm taking Gohan.
Hi, maggots. I'm training you. I'm terrifying and a potential rapist, but I'll never say it flat out.
Bastard!
Who are you?
I'm King Kai. You now know the Kaioken and the Spirit Bomb. F*** off, shut up, Bojack.
12 months have passed. Let's go fight Saiyans.
Oh god, it's the Saiyans!
Hi.
Yamcha's here! Yamcha's dead!
Nappa, get him.
I am hilarious and you will quote everything I say.
Dad, get him!
I'm the only serious character in this show. That is the joke.
Oh god, everyone's dead!
Hilariously derailing one-liner.
Goku's here.
Goku's here!
It's over 9,000!
Vegeta, why?
Because I'm a monkey.
Kaioken!
Oh no, I'm not a monkey. Oh no, the kid's a monkey. Destructo Disc.
The
Okay. No! Leaving now.
And we'll never see him again.
They'll see me next episode.
And I'm a ghost. Or am I?
Yeah, I have no. Again, that's another thing. It's just I have no explanation for why I chose.
This has how many subscribers?
This is the same. My reaction to a lot of YouTube channels. This says how many subscribers? What? Yeah. So I have again no excuse for the content I put on this show.
You never do. You never know
No,
that you can.
I really don't. We have all right. One
This
last.
happens. And
One last thing.
the one last thing that's been done so many times.
BVids, you made one of this. You made this for Anthology 2.
Yes, I did.
And this guy was even
So
like,
that's
I think in his
actually
description he's like, yeah, so I know like a bunch of other people already did this, and I just want to make my own version of it. It was like, okay.
He's like, it fit the best or something. So, anyways, let's start off.
It's alright.
Hopefully the stream won't die. Okay.
I should have given them links to all these videos. That would have probably been helpful.
What a jerk. Am I right, guys?
I am the biggest jerk. I don't know.
Anyways, we'll overlook that fact and keep moving on.
I know, why do you keep hanging out with me?
Anyways, 3, 2, and
1, go.
Hey, where's that chocolate cake? Hey, where's that chocolate cake? Hey, where's that chocolate cake? Hey, where's that chocolate cake?
Do you mean this chocolate cake?
That's my pigs.
You want this cake?
I want it.
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 You want
I was saving it because I got nauseated by that pre-cooked mini malt rotisserie chicken.
You can take the easy there, I was good.
Give me that cake.
away. You want this cake?
I want it.
You want this cake?
I want it.
You want this cake?
I want it.
You want this cake? You want this cake?
I want it.
You want this cake?
I want it.
You want this cake?
I want it.
You want this cake?
But I like how he did that because it actually integrates the pose when he's in
stone. He's frozen in stone forever now.
Yep. People were asking if you had done a version of that, and they were like, "Yeah, you made it with Pinky and Rainbow Dash, right?"
Yeah, it's called Dash Wants Cake. I'll just load it up fast to show you where it is. I won't play the thing the whole way or anything, but I'll just show you how it goes. It's like the same video.
Let's just derail our own thing and watch your videos.
That's it.
Look how popular you are.
It's the same video.
It's the same exact thing.
Don't even start with me, I swear! I will find you. I have a specific set of skills.
You'll find me in about 3 weeks.
This just turned into Taken, and you took away my dignity. So I'm gonna find you. And
But we're gonna be picking you up at LAX airport in 3 weeks.
I'm gonna find you, and we're gonna have lunch. How's that sound?
Oh, okay, that sounds like a good idea. Okay.
Anyways,
like that idea.
we've got a lot ahead of us still. So
that's all the content we're gonna do for today. Like, we're gonna move on to a tutorial.
And we have this after feats.
Tutorials. So I have that labeled as setup video, which you're gonna want to show them to get us kind of set up what you're gonna try to be doing here. So I have that in the doc. You can link that to them. I'm pretty sure this is safe for work to show. I think, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I just have a lot of really weird things.
You do. You're a weird guy, man.
Actually, this video I made with the help of a lot of people. I was doing a live stream. I was just like, I need to like make this idea. What?
You need to link it to him since I don't have the viewer open because I want to get the most amount of bandwidth.
So okay, like a couple months ago, I made this video about Pinky's mailbox, right? And I made it like I have this idea from the scene, and I feel like I just need to get it out. And it's basically like as she opens up the mailbox, you start seeing all these weird things. And I had a lot of people in this live stream like suggesting things to show. It was like a big group effort video. It was pretty cool.
I might as well just show it. And
then no. I was gonna think they might need to watch it to get an idea of what you're gonna try to do with your tutorial to show them like the whole thing. So, yeah.
Jeez, this has to be in 720p just to even look okay. Okay. Anyway. Jeez. Quality from this guy. Anyways, let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. Still love that skin.
Special eyes.
One of the best.
Meet Zoe.
Meet Zoe? Nope. Everyone asks about that Trixie song.
How about a song?
Yeah.
It's Pendulum Blood something. I don't know.
I think Limey for like...
Limey? Yeah, basically I call Limey stuff. And then I just explode. Explode at the camera.
You're really good at that.
Yeah. So
anyways.
I just wanted to get that idea out, and BVids here is gonna like pretty much show you a tutorial on how that was made.
Different forms of masking, actually. We'll cover everything, kind of like different approaches on how you can accomplish this. But mainly what I wanted to do a tutorial on was the 3 different types of masking you can do with After Effects. So we're going to cover Roto Bezier, which is a pen tool method. It's a longer method, but you get more polished results in the end. There's roto brushing, which is probably you've heard it before if you've edited and you've gone past doing simple scene matching. You might have heard the term roto brushing. It just means that you use a paintbrush sort of format where you paint in the areas you would like to key out and paint in the areas you would like to keep in. And the last form and most basic that some people use depending on the frame is color key. So you can color out green screen sort of stuff. We're going to start off though with doing the pen tool. So I will just show you how that works and we'll go off from there. So the way you start off is you would go up to the top of your tools palette up here, and there is a pen tool in between the rectangle shape tool and the text tool. So the pen tool is right there. You can click into it, add other options for like converting the vertex. Yeah, not the vortex, the vertex. We're going into space, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the vertex tool is just to like bend lines once you've drawn out your pen tool shape that you'd like. So the first frame starts off with the mailbox closed. So if I move ahead, get to the point where she's actually opening it, you get to this point. And there's this open spot right here where she is in frame, but you would like to have her out of the frame. So the way you can go about doing this is usually it's good to start in corners because it's a good place to it's a good place to come back with your pen in the end. Better than center sometimes. I don't know. You can be the judge of that. I like it personally. But anyways, to start off, you grab your pen tool, and you go down to a corner, and you just lay down 1 point. So you have your first point. Actually, first, I messed up. You want to double click into your layer. So if you drag down a clip and you have it down in your timeline, you want to double click into it to go into the actual layer. See up here, the layer is here. You have a composition over here. This composition is what encompasses everything you have down in here in the playhead. Right now I only have this one clip, but say if I also dragged in the Applejack one, which is this green screen, dragged it down into the player, that would be over top of it, but if I double clicked on this, it brings me just to this one clip. So, for instance, we're going to start here. It's one clip. So, to start this, you start down in the corner, and you just start masking. This will create a new mask for your comp. So what you do is you just start tracing in the area that you can bend the line to, which is, what you're going to need to do using the pen tool. You're going to need to bend these lines around, so you can grab like the anchors and bend it down to more or less match where you have these lines. This is where you're going to also use the convert vortex tool, which is going to allow you vortex.
Every time I'm gonna put a vortex counter in the corner there.
Anyways, so you can like bend the lines more to fit like the area that you want to cover. So then go back to your pen tool. You want to click where your last thing was. I think you need to add pen tool. Why do you do this to me, pen tool? We will Control Z till we get back to a usable slot for this pen tool. What are you doing, pen tool? Okay, so let's go and add anchor points. And from there.
Yeah.
Come on, pen tool.
No, pen tool's being hard on you. It's okay.
It's a little hard on me.
Something people don't realize, After Effects is always out to make your life hard. It doesn't.
It always is. So anyways, I'll start it over again because it's not hard to draw this out. So you just, again, go with the line. Do a rough mask.
Sure.
You can turn on something called Roto Bezier up here, which somewhat helps with the corners, like the curves. So if you click that on, it can sometimes help, not always, but it sometimes helps. So it allows you to get these lines. I'm just going to do a rough one for right now, just so that we can get this idea out of the way.
Mm-hmm. Don't know why. So
vortex.
That's three. That counts.
Hey, man. It doesn't count, man.
Even just consciously saying it counts. I mean, all you're doing at this point now, masking work. Why it's really not difficult. What it is just tedious because you have to do this for every single frame you want there to be a cutout of whatever you're cutting out. If you want the full animation, and considering there's in the show 23.976 aka 24 frames a second, to get 1 second of animation cut out, you have to cut out 24 total frames. Now, sometimes it's a little easier. Sometimes the characters are standing still, but other times there's a lot of movement going around, and you have to start over the mask, or you have to change everything around. And that's what makes it tedious. And that's why doing these types of things in the videos we do, it takes a while. Unless you get lucky and rotobrush just happens to be cooperating with you on that particular day, which it never usually does. But
no, never does.
It never does. Because
it's a problem, man.
Well, it's rotobrush is this. It is like you explained before. It's this kind of paint-on tool where you're just telling After Effects what areas you want there to be in the mask and what areas you want to cut out. And it's supposed to be a learning thing, but with the show, especially MLP, the animation, it's really tough for it to recognize it sometimes. It's just the animation and the art style that we see. And it confuses the hell out of After Effects. So as you can see, but in this case, this is why pen tool, in this case, is the better one. So.
Okay, yeah, so as of right now, once you finish the mask, it'll black out everything around it, but you can click these buttons at the bottom to give you a different type of view. If you'd like to see the mask on top of your entire thing, you can click this one, which is a toggle alpha boundary. You can also do one that gives it a black and white feel, one that gives it a red, or you can actually change the color to be whatever you want. So you could do blue. And you can change the opacity for how much. It's more or less just to show you the boundaries of the area where the mask will be keying out. So now that I have this mask, you can do some tightening up on it too. So for instance, this area right here where the thing is a little off, you can tighten that up and then bring this in a little bit. There you go. Tighten this up too by bringing that in a little bit. No, not there. Come on. Come on.
If Michael Jackson was making pony videos. Oh god.
Anyways, you can also funny. Anyways, Jay, we'll just pretend you didn't say that. So he's spinning in his grave. You can affect the mask area. So for right now, I just masked out that area. You can click invert, so it'll just mask out the area that I wanted, which was pinky. But you can see that even then, there's a little bit right there where like the line didn't fully go in. You can mess with these settings down here in the mask of the timeline. So you go down into your mask and you have, path options, but then you also have things like feather. If I were to turn up the feather to say 1, or let's try 5.
More than 1, definitely.
Actually, you know what? We should try less than 1. Feathering is actually for if you were too far into your mask, you can feather it so that you get a little bit of a nicer boundary around it. What you're actually looking for is the mask expansion. So since we don't want to expand the mask out, we want to shrink it in. Or actually, we do want to expand it out. We would want to add 1 point to that. So with 1 point, you're already seeing the line starting to close. 1.5, the line is completely closed. So as of right now, without touching the mask, you can see the black boundary. And now, this is where you can drop in your other clips. So for instance, if I go to the Wonderbolt Academy and I go into the episode and I grab this scene, just for, I don't know, couple frames. There you go. Drop that down into the timeline. It's going to drop it so much forward, but anyways, bring it back here. Drop it underneath the mailbox, and you'll see at the beginning, should be, yeah, here we go. We've got different episode playing underneath for where the mask was. So you can already see Pinky is not there anymore. If we were to get rid of the mask, like so, brings it back to, where is it that she starts? Okay, there you go. There you go. So that's just a demonstration of the masking. Now what you can do is, if you wanted, say, okay, wherever this starts, the mask, you have, let's just turn off the mask, so remove it to the point where she's just going down. We want the mask to start there. So I think it's, yep, it's right there. So this is where the mask starts. If you click on the path and you create a keyframe for the path and click, the little stopwatch right here, you will create a keyframe that then you can manipulate the mask for the next frame. So seeing as it goes down like this, you can go then into your mask path, and as you've moved a keyframe, you can then go to your convert vertex tool. Now this is where you're going to want to pay attention here just to the keys that I'm pressing. You're going to want to click shift when you click and drag a point. So this end point right here, you're going to click and drag. Should be able to click and drag it. Yeah. You actually just need to be clicked onto the actual. There we go. So now once you click and drag with shift key, you can let go of the shift key once you've clicked it once. Like as you've pressed shift and click, after you've done that, you can release the shift key, and as long as you're still clicking, you can maneuver this around in any shape you want. So then you can just keep doing that with all the points. So for instance, I want to bring this point down, shift click, and then
in the most wobbly way possible too.
No, it's not supposed to.
It's made of Jello.
Okay. Now you can also press Control click, which will allow you to select the object, but it kind of keeps this this line that you have here flat. Like it'll keep it where it was, so it won't like change it with your drags down. So for instance, if I click and drag this down with the Control key, it's still keeping it exactly where I had it. With the line, it's not changing it, so it's going to be a little bit more sloppy. But that's why you would go back in, and you can use your Convert Vortex tool to get correct masking area. Then, yup, come on, there you go. And then you're going to bring this one down and change up the slot. Yep, I think if you lay it right on top there like that, that's good. You're going to convert this vortex tool, spin right there. Okay, so since the top didn't change, it was really just the bottom that we had to change the mask on. Now, if you look, when I go back from frame to frame, which in this, in After Effects, all you press is your page up and page down buttons. That's how you can go back from frame to frame. So if you go back to the original one, which is this part of the mask, it shows that the mask is in this shape. Then since I set a keyframe, the next one we set up where I move the next points, and so on. So if I go to the next one and set up the keyframes, it'll do the whole thing. For the interest of time, I'm just going to move on to the next form of masking, just so we can cover all of them. So if I delete this mask, it's gone. We just have Pinky here again. If we go back to the point where she starts showing up, double-click into the clip. So we have the Wonderbolts clip. Go into it. You have a tool up here. It's right next to the eraser tool and the puppet pin tool. So the puppet pin tool is used for other things. We won't talk about that. The rotobrush is what you're going to be using here. So click on that tool. As long as you're double-clicked into the clip, you can go over here and start drawing. So now you start drawing into the area that you want keyed out. Look how much faster this is. This is a good example of when rotobrush would maybe trump the pen tool because of how quick it is. Right now, I've already masked out the area that I want.
Yep.
So right now, if I... Now I understand. It's inverted. You can either invert it or something like that.
Yeah.
The way I did it was I drew in this area with the green brush. So if you press Control and click up, you can expand the amount of brush that you want. So this is green. Green will be what you select that you want to keep in. When you click Alt or hold Alt and start painting in, that's what you want to key out. So, for instance, I want to key out all of the mailbox. So you just trace in, or actually, no, wait, you want to key out everything that she is. So yeah, you want to keep the mailbox. Yeah, no. You would just draw on her. Draw on the mailbox. That's what it is. Okay. So you use your green. Paintbrush. You don't have to click Control or Alt. You just have your paintbrush, and you can draw in the area that you want to keep. So I want to keep the mailbox. So I'll just draw in the mailbox. There's a little area right here. Took some of the inside of the mailbox. You just Alt click, and then that would turn it to red, which gets rid of it. Now, when I go back out to the comp, it shows same thing. It's all keyed out. And the cool thing about rotobrush is you don't have to necessarily continue to do a moving mask. So you don't have to change the pen tool area like as you move along. See, if I start keying forward, you might see that the mask is getting pretty close. What you would do is, okay, this is a little rough. You want to go back in, you just start Alt-clicking the area. I guess in this case it would be the control, or just regular paint brushing in. You want to paint brush in the areas you want to keep, so you want to keep the mailbox still, and you would just draw in the areas, alt-click the areas you want to keep out, and as you go along, rotobrush learns these things. It'll learn, oh, well, he's more or less trying to select this color, well, I'll try to avoid the other colors that are around it that he seems to not want to keep. So, as you continue along, you can make your paintbrush bigger and smaller, which is good for getting into little corners. So by doing that, you would control-click, and as you just hold control, you can go up and down with your mouse, and it'll just change the sizes. For this, I want to go really small. You can also zoom in using, your scroll wheel, and I want to alt-click out this area right here that she's in. Okay, so this is quick masking, but in the end, you get a pretty decent result. Okay, if you look up here, for instance, see how it's a little patchy, and you can see that, like, oh, I didn't get a smooth line. Not as smooth as how the pen tool did get it. Well, what you can do is you can either, spend all your time trying to do this, where you're like, oh, well, I gotta draw in, I gotta keep doing this to get the smooth line. But, rotobrush sometimes, won't give you a smooth line, even after a long period of time. It's just continually drawing over the same area. So one way to mediate this is you have your tools over here, which are smooth, feather, and choke. I've used these plenty of times. They work well. One of them is you can upgrade the smooth to create a smoother line. It's already somewhat smoothing it out. You can go up higher values, and it kind of gives you a little bit of a smoother line than if you were to go back down to 2. It gives you a little bit more of a rougher line. I don't know if you can see it exactly, but I'm going to try to at least show the demonstration. See how it smooths it out? You can further smooth that by adding feather. So for me, I like to keep it around 40. Keeps the line a little bit more blurred. And then if you want, you can add a little bit of choke. So if you add, say, 20 choke, or let's try, I don't know if you can do negative. Can you do negative 20? Yes, you can. You can do it. So you're getting a little bit more of a better matte on your thing. You can increase the feather and things like that, and it just gives it a little bit better of a mask around the area. Say I want to do 30 choke on that. So then you can go into your your mask and get it more or less to where exactly you want it. Anyways, so rotobrush works that way. You can continually keep going through your clip, and it'll try to key every time more or less like where you left off. So it'll try to realize, oh, well, seeing as this part of the mailbox is pink and her hair is pink, rotobrush isn't going to get it exactly accurate, but if it's very like noticeably like 2 different colors, rotobrush will pick up on that and say, oh, he does not want any of this green next to the pink, so we'll completely keep getting rid of the green every frame you keep moving forward. So now if I'm doing this, keep pressing the wrong key. Okay, so if you just draw in the areas that you want, it's going a lot faster, as you can see. We're already more or less done with this part of the mask for this one. So you can just, for a sloppy one, we're just going for sloppy mask. It did it for the second one already. Just continually keeps going. Okay, mailbox is fully open. It was only a couple frames, but just to give you a frame of reference, that's how quick some masking can go depending on the frame. So we've got the whole thing, and then what can happen though is if you don't rotobrush after a certain point, it'll lose track of where you held that rotobrush. So see this pink line right here that represents the line where the rotobrush ends? If I've gone this far ahead and then go one more frame, it's gone. So if I go back one more frame and just go back and trace in a little bit of where I was before, it'll keep it there. So see, when I go to the next frame, it keeps that thing there, so you don't have to fully trace it in again. She goes along. Let's see if we can get it back to the area where she's closing it. Anyways.
Though the one thing with the pen tool mask that you don't have to worry about when it's static like that is the constant monitoring to make sure the lines are there. It's pros and cons at this point of the different mask tools. Like right here, you'd only have to just hold the pen tool mask, the verse form masking you did, and you don't have to worry about the lines moving at all, whereas rotobrush has kind of got its own mind, so.
Yeah, see, like up here, even though the frame maybe isn't moving that much, like, yes, she's moving, so this is going to change what rotobrush is analyzing. See how she's moving? It's also going to change the line. If you look up here at her hair, it's changing this area. So you're going to have to want to like go back in there and repair it and more less things like that. But it'll be a quicker system of getting a rough mask or a mask in the end. But if you want something really clean and polished, I would go with the pen tool.
Yeah,
it just takes longer time.
You're also at like 800% magnification, which nobody is really going to see. And to be honest, a lot of people just don't notice those little flaws. Like, we notice them because we've been working on the same frame or video for however long, so we see it. But in full motion, a lot of people aren't even going to notice. That's the thing.
So, last thing I want to cover, I don't think I'm going to get to the expressions, but at least I want to cover this, because there are people out there who green screen these things for you sometimes so that you can just use their assets, and it saves you a lot of time. I have no problem saying, hey, I would like to use your green screens because I don't want to spend like 15 hours or so masking a sequence when I can just use someone's green screen and it works fine. The way green screen works in After Effects is you load in the green screen, either you've made it or someone else has made it, you can load it into your timeline. Then what you do is you go to your Effects and Presets browser. If you don't have that up, go to Window and click on Effects and Presets, and you should see it in the side right here. There's a little like search bar up here. You click in that, and then you would type in Key Light. Key Light is something that is given with After Effects. It's actually a third-party, I believe, third-party plugin, but it is given with After Effects when you buy it or when you get a copy. So click on Key Light, the effect. And you can either double-click it, I think, or actually, the best way to do it is literally just, best way to do it is usually just drag the effect onto the clip that you actually want. So for this, I want it on this clip. Now, Key Light is opened up on your little sidebar here, and you have the options to more or less select color that you want to get rid of. So for this, I want to obviously green screen out the green. So I did the green. Oh, but her eye is a little bit, gone there. You don't want that. So what you can do is you can go to the pre-mats and you can kind of mess around with some options here. If you want to get like more in depth with her colors and things like that, you can do that. You can give a little bit more of a, you can change her colors with the gain and things like that. The thing about green screening is that for this one, for instance, you would probably have wanted to put a blue background behind her instead of, a green one, because of the fact of her green eyes. That's the thing that works with these keys, is that it's going to key out everything that's green. So for this circumstance, it's going to key out her green eyes too. You can mess with the options to, try to get her eye color to stay there. You can, do a couple things to try to just like, there. You're getting a little bit closer, to like what you can keep. I want to keep her eyes in there, but I don't know. If you do it too much, you might not get the cleanest mask that you really wanted. So, I don't know. It's a lot of like experimentation. You got to mess with these options, find out what works for you and what doesn't. I think there's a place that you can mess with inside mask.
Easy solution, get blue screen, but yeah. No way.
Yeah, get the blue screen if you want to do it that way.
At least
or if we're on the term of color keying, let me just pull this up since I know it's a scene from episode 4 of season 1. So there's a perfect example of a episode clip that just works well with color keying. So you go into episode 4, you you go to the area that you want to select, which is, I believe, right around. It's near the end, is where Twilight finally talks to Applejack and convinces her to. There we go. See this area right here, where the background is just blue and she's like a different color all completely. You can go in here and get your endpoint. Use this little area. Once you're in the clip, you can click the endpoint here and say, okay, you just play it out to the point where she's done talking here. Just because it stays in the same frame, she's moving, but that stays in the same frame. So So go back to the area where it ends, drop it in. Okay, so now you got this in here. You want to color key out just her, so you have her. Go to your effects and presets again, type in color key. You have your color key. Now you click and drag the color key down into here, and then you can start color keying out areas. Well, let's just get rid of that Applejack in the area back there. And you can go to this color tolerance, and it'll squeeze into areas that, you know, fit that color more so. But see, if you keep going too far, you might start keying out parts of her eye. So what you would do is you would start refining that matte by going in and saying, okay, I want to get rid of most of these things, but I don't want to get rid of them all. So then you can go in here and add another color key. You can do that. You can just stack color keys based on the colors you really want to get rid of. So then you can start doing that again. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay.
We're gonna have to go.
No, I'm saying Saber's requesting you make it sepia tone is all.
If the sepia tone?
Yeah, do it. Do it, Philly.
Okay.
Saber's just actively watching. Like, I have all the horrible suggestions from the chat. That's great.
Old-timey Twilight. She's just too old for me.
Oh, God. There.
But anyways, there's lots of different ways you can do this. I think you can also, after this point, you know, you've got your color key in here. You've color out, or you've keyed out some of the clouds and things like that. You can refine it more so to get more or less like into the area where you want. Let's sepia tone her into, I don't know, blue sepia tone.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. She looks really weird.
She looks old timey enough here. Not really complaining.
Well, I mean, she's like going like blue orange, just like the color pop. So like, you know, she'd be perfect for a Michael Bay or, you know, J.J. Abrams movie.
Michael Bay is nothing like this. This is there are no explosions to be found here.
Let's just go wild for a
There's
moment.
no Coca-Cola ads to be found here.
I'm gonna throw in, you know, just a thing, and then go to optical flares, and then you can throw in some optical flares.
You should throw in the thing I linked to you in the Skype chat, actually. You should just put that onto the, throw that into your project.
Got some optical flares in there. Oh man, look at this. Oh, yeah. Flares. You can 3D that stuff. Man.
Screen it.
Look at it. Brightness. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
You can just like, you can link this up with like sound, so it'll like, you know. Okay, anyways, we're just getting off tangent here. But I just wanted to show you there's lots of cool stuff.
This is the stupid stuff we start doing, but it's fun. That's why we do it.
Yeah, you know, you just put some shades on her, you know, you've got a good video already. You get thousands upon thousands of views.
Yeah.
Put in some Skrillex.
Dubstep, Skrillex, whatever. Just throw it on top of each other, layer it all together.
Optical flares is just a form of, you know, making things look so cool, right? Anyways,
yeah,
so we got tints, gosh, fills, calculations. Anyways, you can get, you know, a tighter mask on her. I think if you also wanted to, I think you can apply rotobrush to a keyed out thing. So, for instance, if I put this in a pre-count, I can just go into that comp, start tracing out the area that I want to keep.
Mm-hmm.
She's also really easy for this scene, seeing as she kind of stays in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, you can do this again. You can go in and out of these forms of masking and just sort of find the one that best fits what you want to do for your project. So for this, I'm using lots of different ones. But you can go in, oh, look at her. She's already keyed out for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. It's got a couple things still around her. But anyways, masking, no joke. Long, tedious process. You're just going to have to spend your time.
Yeah, it's a time sink for sure, but looks pretty cool if you're able to do it, make it look good, and it just adds another facet to your videos that can make them look really cool. I just repeated the same point twice. It's okay.
Yeah, you did. Jeez.
I did. I don't really care. Whatever. So yeah, I think that's a good way to wrap it up. I'd say. You think?
Yeah, there's always room for more explanation.
Do you want to talk more about masking, the most interesting thing in the world?
I don't know. Ask Saber really quick. If I
Okay.
can just touch on one thing.
Saber, BVids wants your permission to speak about something in general. I don't even know if he's listening.
I'll just cover it super quick. He's not here.
Oh, okay.
Parents, no parents.
Their thing
Okay.
doesn't start for another 30 minutes. Go, go, go.
Okay, so anyway, since there's no parents here, we're just gonna go off on this tangent and make a thing. I made a thing, so yeah.
Oh, did you make a thing?
I made a thing.
I made a thing the other week, but I can't show it on here because it has they swear in it, so I can't show it.
It has swears in it, man.
It has language. Parental discretion is advised for my videos.
Anyway, since you're going to want to see the timeline for this mostly, this is just a cool little thing you can do called expressions. So for this, I have an expression here. I'm going to get rid of it just to show you how this works. Okay, expressions are very powerful tools you can use in After Effects that mainly, what they're meant to do is cut work out that you don't have to do yourself all the time. So, for instance, say I want this hour hand here to go around at a slower rate. You can define how it is, but let's try 12, like 12 seconds or something like that. This will spin around a full rotation, and this will move 12 degrees. So to do that, you would Alt-click on the rotation of the one that you would like to do. So for this one, we want this one, this tool, or this thing to rotate. We want this to rotate on to the other hand of the clock. So what you do is you Alt-click the hour hand, and you would pick whip this little like curly little whip sort of looking thing down here. It's next to the graph editor, and this other one is, it's parenting, but it's called the pick whip. You can just click it, and since you want it to mirror the other rotation, you just click it and drag it down to the other rotation. And what it'll do is create this little expression here. It's like a mathematical expression that more or less follows your rules that you want to set up for it. So say I type in Shift 8, so that would put a times sign times 12. So now, since that's set up, every time I rotate this thing will follow it in a similar pattern. So you can set that up so that, like, if you set a keyframe here on this part of the rotation, go for 15 seconds and rotate it a lot for that instance, and then render that out.
I feel older already.
It'll look like a clock.
I thought you were making a time travel clock, and you're making me
Anyways, you can do that with pony hands if you wanted to make like a pony hand clock or something or whatever.
Sure.
But anyways, this is just an example of expressions being used to save you time so that you don't have to manually keyframe these things one at a time. So anyways, we'll allow you guys to leave because we know...
No, they're here for the main hall. They're here to watch you talk about masking and expressions. I know that's the only reason they're here. Oh no. I think no. So, but did you cover everything you wanted to cover?
Yeah. No. I just wanted to hit on some key points. And you can also use, like, for instance, there's green screens, but there's also alphas out there. Alphas just mean that the green screen doesn't even have to be added in. What you can do is have the dash fly cycle. So for this, for instance, prior to then drag in another like green screen element, like this rainbow transition, and throw it in the background. The rainbow transition stays, and I can put a key light on that, for instance. Key light. Throw that on top of the rainbow transition. This is just to show you how... for instance, there you go. So you got that keyed out. You can throw the rainbow transition on top of her. So then when it goes through, you have a little transition that goes over top. But you didn't have to really do much work to get this since the thing's already keyed out for you. Mm-hmm. So that's just a representation of things you can do with masking and things like that, and expressions we lightly covered, but we'll have more tutorials in the future if you guys want to learn some more about how to use After Effects. Write to us through an email if you really have something you'd love to learn. And if I don't know it, I will definitely research it, but I know a fair amount of After Effects, so I should be able to cover most of the questions you have. And from there, I guess we'll throw it off to Saber's pre-stream.
Yeah, just write a... I was going to say, don't sell yourself so short. No, I was going to say, send us a message or write on the PMV that posts my video, YouTube comments if there's another tutorial that you want to be covered, and we'll look into it. So, yeah, we're done, and we're going to give it off to Saber Spark and Paleo for Brony Breakdown, pre-stream / real stream / post-stream / after party / I don't know how many other streams that guy does. So, thanks for joining us, guys.
Comes banging.
We're gonna be, we'll talk to you all next week about something. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
More masking. How about that?
Going in hard. Okay, guys. Have a good week, and we'll see you later.
Alright. Ciao.
Okay. Bye.
I'm JHaller, and I have the wrong accent. I'm here to teach you how to survive in the internet wild.